What's good, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of the weirdest videos from all over the internet. Without further ado, let's get to the video.
If you're thinking about going to Colombia, you might want to stay away from the dating apps because what happened to this man is wild. So this American guy traveled to Medellin, went on Bumble to meet women, and met her. They end up going on a date one night, then he brings her back to his place and she spiked his drink. This man completely knocks out and she steals all his money, his phone, and his computer. He then eventually wakes up 20 hours later in his hotel and then he goes to police and he reports what happened to him. Police then tell him that he's so lucky to be alive because about 40 Americans have been killed recently from this. So fast forward, a month goes by and this man in this video is out in the city and bumps into the same woman that almost took his life. That's where you see in the video, he's chasing her and she's trying to run away. I was looking into other stories very similar to this one, and last year, this 50-year-old man from Minnesota was talking to a woman online who lived in Colombia. He then flew into Medellin to meet her, and only a few weeks into his trip, he calls his brother and asks that he send him $2,000. His brother transfers the money and then never hears of him again. Police then found this man's body dumped in a wooded area. It turns out that he was kidnapped and held at gunpoint for the $2,000 ransom. And this is the thing, a lot of these male tourists don't seem to be scared because they think that they're meeting only women, but when, they're drugged and brought to the hotel, there's sometimes men there waiting for them. And let's just be clear, this isn't only happening in Colombia, it's happening in other foreign countries as well.
I mean, let's be real here. Let's not act like these men are not dumb. They're very dumb. They're not the smartest out there. I mean, what do you think is gonna happen dealing with these ladies in Colombia or whatever? You think they love you? They're streetwalkers, hookers, no disrespect. Yeah, of course you're gonna get spiked and have your stuff stolen from you. You kind of deserve it, to be honest. What do you expect?
You go to pick up your 5-year-old from a play date, but when you go to the mom's house, he's not there. It's just this woman that you've never seen before, and she says she has no idea what you're talking about. Now, maybe it's just a misunderstanding, but when you go to dial the phone number of the mom who set up the play date, the phone number is disconnected. That's the premise of the new Peacock show, All Her Fault, that just came out, and I like it so much more than I thought I would. What I really like is that the show gets into who is at fault when a child goes missing, and based on the title of the show, All Her Fault, the mom is usually the one that gets blamed for everything. It's twisty, it's fun, it's also soapier than it is scary, so if you're worried about watching it as a parent, I would say you don't have to be.
So this girl screamed during a Beyonce concert, and if you've ever been to one of her shows, you know there's one big rule. When the music drops and everything goes quiet, you do not make a sound. It's not just some random fan superstition, it's kind of like an unspoken law. People even say Beyonce herself demands complete silence in those moments. She wants the crowd to stay still, to let the vibe feel almost magical. And right in the middle of that silence, this girl screamed. You can literally see on her face that she realized she messed up the second she did it. But it was too late. The whole arena turned and looked at her like she had just broken some sacred rule. Those side eyes were brutal. And that's when you start to wonder, because Beyonce has always had this air of mystery around her. Like during her shows, she'll sometimes flash this gesture that a lot of people think looks like the Illuminati sign. Of course, nobody really knows if that's true or just internet conspiracy talk. But seriously, the coincidences feel a little too wild to ignore.
Come on, y'all. I think we all agree that this is like the cringiest thing we've ever seen. A woman made noise at a Beyonce concert. I mean, concerts are full of noise to begin with. That's the whole point. Singing and screaming. Y'all are cringy, to be honest. You'll never see me in one of those concerts. Why would I go to a concert when I can watch myself? Yes, I'm a narcissist. Anyways. Please, whoever you are, that dude on the screen, never make videos again. Leave it up to me. Just go home, go do push-ups, something. Turn the camera off. Sell your phone, do not use it anymore. You shouldn't have access to the internet. And I just want to apologize to all of you, my viewers. I wasn't expecting this. It must have slipped in my I don't know what he's doing here. Please, I apologize. I know your eyesight may have been affected by such thing. My apologies. I'll never make that mistake again. Please forgive me. On to the next one.
These two killed a pregnant teen and cut the baby out of her womb and took it for themselves. Marlén Ochoa Lopez was part of a Facebook group for pregnant mothers, and they were all kind of like a support group with each other. She became friends with this lady right here. Her name is Clarissa Figueroa. They became friends. They came over for tea one day. So Ochoa Lopez went over to Figueroa's for tea, and that was the last time everyone heard from her. Desiree Figueroa is her daughter on the right, and she helped murder this pregnant teen and cut the baby out of her womb. Why did she do this? Apparently, Clarissa Figueroa's son died of natural causes. But then she announced to the family that she was pregnant. This was an obvious lie, and to get the baby, she lured a pregnant woman in to steal a baby from them by any means necessary. She plotted for months on this. She chatted with other mothers. She had ultrasound pictures that she fabricated that she was posting. She became close and friendly with all the other mothers as well. Now, Marlén Ochoa Lopez was lured in because one, they were friends on Facebook. She was coming over for tea and also for free baby clothes. That's huge. As Clarissa Figueroa was showing her a picture of her brother, her daughter snuck up behind her and strangled her with a cord. This is a picture of Marlén Ochoa Lopez. Now, after strangling her, they cut her stomach open with a butcher knife and took the baby out. They then dragged her body to a trash can and dumped it. Figueroa would end up calling EMS because the baby was blue and unresponsive, obviously because he got cut out of his mother's womb. Clarissa and Desiree Figueroa would go to the medical center with the baby. He spent 2 months there before he died. Police got suspicious about this because, number one, Marlén Ochoa Lopez was reported missing and they wanted to investigate something. They thought it was odd that a pregnant lady went missing. They did a DNA test on the baby and confirmed it was Ochoa Lopez's baby, and then they found her body in a trash can at the Figueroa's home.
How does a woman going to visit a friend to drink a cup of tea end up with her cutting a pregnant woman? I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. Cup of teas and babies being cut. Like, no, thank you.
The last words people said right before dying. Michael said that he used to work as a paramedic, and one night he was trying to keep a man stable after a horrible car crash. He said that the ambulance tore through the street with the sirens screaming, but all that he could focus on was the guy gasping for breath on the stretcher. He was barely holding on after they pulled him from the wreckage. Michael said that he had an oxygen mask on him trying to keep him stable, when suddenly he ripped it off with this wild look in his eyes. "No, listen," he choked. "I saw them when they pulled me out. The horsemen, hooded, watching me." Michael said, "What? Who?" The man's icy fingers dug into his wrist. "They had no eyes," he said. His whole body shivered. "They're following us. I can hear them." Then, just like that, Michael said that he went still and flatlined. Michael said that for a second, all he could hear was the hum of the road beneath them. And then he says that maybe it was his imagination, but he swears that he heard hoofbeats, fast and heavy, keeping pace with the ambulance.
This is horrifying. The rules are simple. 50 boys, 3 miles an hour, but if you stop walking, you die. And even though there's no finish line, no one knows how far the road goes, the only way to win is to be the last one alive. And with every mile, more boys are eliminated as the crowd cheers for who they think will be the champion. But why would anyone enter a contest like this? Is it because the prize is anything you could ever dream of, or because the only thing worse than dying is living the life that you walked away from? Some of the boys are doing it for the money. Some are doing it for the fame, but some of them just simply have nothing to lose.
He's talking about some do it for money, some do it for fame. Yeah, whatever. I'll tell you why they're doing it. They have a death wish. They just want to die. Or they have a missing part of their brain. It's not my fault. I mean, what do you want me to say? Some do it for fame. Like, what's the point of you being famous if you're going to die doing the challenge? Or I just may not be getting what's going on, but to be honest, I don't want to get it. It's weird to me. On to the next one.
Skinwalkers are back. Skinwalkers are creatures that can take on the form of your pets, like in this video. Their goal is simply to take your skin. Remember, I can only protect my followers who comment their name and share this video with a friend to warn them it might just save their life. Thankfully, this woman closed the door. Otherwise, she wouldn't be here to post this video. So if you ever come across an animal or person acting strangely, run as far as you can. I'll leave you with the terrifying ending.
Excuse me. What? What are you doing? Are you okay? Do you need help? No? Okay. I love you. I guess I'll do it. I love it.
Honestly, I've always been a dog person. I've always loved them ever since I was a little boy. Not anymore. Not after these little clips that I just witnessed. No thank you. No dogs for me. I know you may be like, you shouldn't let random TikTok clips make you not love dogs anymore, but too late.
This is why you should never walk home alone at night. One night, a girl was at a nightclub with her friends. They were drinking and dancing the entire night. Her and her friends decided to leave at around 3 a.m., so she said goodbye and began to go home. But she couldn't find a taxi, so she decided to walk home. As she was walking, it was pitch dark out, and she thought she heard something moving in the bushes, so she began to walk faster. Suddenly, a man jumped out from behind a bush and blocked her path. His face was hideous. She tried to run, but he cornered her and grabbed her arms. The girl was screaming for her life and begging him to let her go. But the man's deformed face twisted into a creepy grin. The man then said to her, "Do you want death or smiley face?" She cried out, "Please just let me go." But the man said death or smiley face again. The girl didn't know what he meant, so she replied, "Smiley face." The man then pulled out a knife and sliced the corners of her mouth, all the way up to her ears. Now she had the same deformed smile as the man.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you should all be walking around with RPGs and grenade launchers, because if you were carrying one of these weapons, you wouldn't have to deal with this. Your mouth wouldn't be sliced up like the Joker. Unfortunate for this cartoon lady, though hopefully this is just an animation and that isn't recreating a real event that occurred. Hopefully it's fake. On to the next one.
Here's some stuff you probably didn't know about The Shining. The director Stanley Kubrick kept the actress Shelley Duvall completely isolated and told the rest of the cast to completely ignore her and never compliment her. Kubrick would often tell her that she was wasting everyone's time on set and that all of her ideas and suggestions were worthless. She was also forced to perform the iconic baseball bat scene 127 times. Her shaking hands and red puffy eyes are the result of genuine crying, and after they were done filming, she showed clumps of her own hair that had fallen out. She claimed that she would cry for up to 12 hours a day and eventually run out of tears completely. The iconic door scene took 3 whole days to film and used nearly 60 doors. It was mainly improvised, and Duvall had no idea what the scene was about. Because of this, her panic screams are actually real terror as Jack Nicholson tears down the door. It is even rumored that her desperate cries of "Please Jack" are aimed at the actor and not the character.
Who knew that what was happening behind the scenes was actually creepier than the movie itself? She should have used that baseball bat on the director, to be honest. Whoever was making the movie, you deserve it. Making her cry for 12 hours. What is this, a torture chamber or a movie set? Anyways.
If you ever see this, you need to run fast. If you accidentally touch this, you're in some serious danger. This video is not a joke. Make sure you follow and like so everybody can see this. These plants may look completely harmless, but in fact, they're extremely dangerous. These plants are actually called Gimpy Gimpy, and they're filled with thousands of tiny little spikes. All of the spikes are extremely poisonous. And if you accidentally touched one of these plants, you would have to get help as fast as possible. Make sure to share this with a friend so you can keep them safe.
Like, imagine getting poisoned and going to the hospital because you got injured by a plant called Gimpy Gimpy.
Scientists taught animals how to use money, and they started race wars, gambling, and even paying females for lovemaking. The evil things that they did with the coins prove how similar humans and animals truly are. Gray parrots and monkeys are the smartest animals on the planet. Researchers gave each animal the same amount of small metal coins per day, and slowly taught them that they were valuable by trading them for food and toys. After a while, they started giving each monkey and parrot different amounts of coins per day to simulate income inequality. This made some animals very rich, while some had almost almost nothing and ruined the entire society. Some animals did share their coins with friends and family, trying to make sure that they could all eat, but some animals were truly greedy. The richest created casino-like games where they ruthlessly took as much money as they could from the other animals. Some of the smarter ones came together and combined their daily coins together and made a family budget so that they could all eat together every day. Then the most insane thing happened that caused the entire experiment to be shut down. The monkeys started paying to make love with each other, which made the most beautiful monkeys very, very rich.
This chilling video has already shocked millions of people online. In it, we see two teenage girls, Sarah and Layla, live streaming to their followers, their cousins, living somewhere in South America. At first, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. The girls were chatting with viewers, telling stories and cracking jokes. But then something strange happened. Suddenly, the chat started blowing up with messages, "What's going on with Sarah? And why is she staring like that?" Layla looked over and realized people were right. Sarah had gone completely silent. She just sat there staring at her cousin with this unsettling expression. Layla nervously asked what was wrong, but Sarah didn't answer. The more she tried to shake her out of it, the scarier it got. Layla begged her to stop messing around, saying it wasn't funny anymore. But Sarah kept her eyes locked on Layla without saying a word. Finally, Layla panicked and left the room. Sarah, still silent, slowly turned her gaze to the camera, staring straight into it. And that's when things got truly terrifying. When Layla returned and tried one last time to snap Sarah out of it, something happened that no one watching will ever forget.
If I had a cousin acting like this on live stream with me, guess what? They ain't my cousin no more. We strangers now. Goodbye.
We are Siamese, if you please.
Do not look up their account before going to bed. I'm serious. I found this profile completely by accident, and it's honestly one of the most disturbing things I've seen online. They call themselves the Siamese twins, if you will. At first, it looks innocent. Just two girls dancing to random songs, smiling, doing everyday stuff. But the longer you watch, the stranger it gets. In every new video, their height changes. Not a little, dramatically. Sometimes one looks much taller, sometimes shorter, sometimes... Their proportions seem off. People in the comments say they couldn't even finish watching. There's something deeply unsettling about it. Like your brain can't process what's wrong, but it knows something is. Their names are Evelina and Lola. Some claim it's all an illusion, part of a psychological experiment to make viewers feel uneasy without knowing why. Whatever it is, it works. So, would you dare to watch one of their videos all the way to the end?
Man, I'm done with these cringy and creepy videos like this, to be honest. She's like, their height changes in every video. I mean, yeah, it's called edits. It's TikTok. What do you expect? Everything about them is fake. They're probably not even twins. It's probably one girl duplicating herself using AI. Who knows these days? One thing I know for sure, though, nobody's gonna date them. Anyways, y'all, episode is over. Hope you enjoyed it. As weird as always, to be honest. But anyways, see you in the next one. Peace out, y'all.